Given everything that happened from the first to final moments of the series, I sincerely believe that it had the potential to be as popular as other Netflix originals, like Orange is the New Black, for example, if only the producers didn't break our hearts with the news of its cancellation as early as they did. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. In this one, I'm going to be talking to you guys about anything and everything related to Season 1, Episode 1 of Everything Sucks. For those of you who have no idea what that is, well, Everything Sucks is a Netflix original series that focuses on the lives of a group of teenagers navigating their way through high school in the mid to late 90s. Believe it or not, my mom is actually the person who recommended it to me, and when I finally got around to watching it, I was not disappointed in the least. It was released just a little over a year ago and canceled only a few months later, but continues to live on in the hearts of the many viewers who enjoyed all 10 episodes, including me and the friends I've recommended it to. Given everything that happened from the first to final moments of the series, I sincerely believe that it had the potential to be as popular as other Netflix originals, like Orange is the New Black, for example, if only the producers didn't break our hearts with the news of its cancellation as early as they did. However, as far as I know, it's not coming back, so I want to share my thoughts on everything that happened with the people who have already finished it or are considering finishing it. Maybe you share the same thoughts as me or are just curious to know what someone else has to say about it, because everyone involved certainly did manage to fit a lot into the small amount of episodes it did have. But now it's time to focus on the very first one, called Plutonium. The date is September 27th, 1996, and freshmen like Luke O'Neill are riding their bikes all the way to boarding high school, or BHS for short, in anticipation of what their first day will be like, while upperclassmen like Kate Messner are trying to get through another year without dying of embarrassment. While everyone's parents can be a little overbearing at times, Kate is in a particularly stressful situation with her geeky father, Principal Messner, in charge. The fact that he decides to welcome everyone, brand new or not, completely decked out in the school mascot uniform, a beaver of all things, during the morning announcements causes her to grow more distant from him, in school at least, while she grows closer to Luke and his two friends, Tyler and McQuaid, who are just as interested in AV Club as she is. In fact, she even accepts Luke's offer to go to his house after school to fix some of the equipment, and it's clear that he's at the same time hoping that someday she'll be more than just another one of his friends. The only problem is, she's not just a sophomore, she's, as we all know by now, Mr. Messner's daughter, which is both exciting and terrifying to Tyler and McQuaid, whose attention then shifts over to Oliver and Emmeline, a couple that's impossible not to notice in the cafeteria because they're the only one anyone sees standing on the table for the purpose of advertising drama club. Once their straight out of a play scene comes to an end, Mr. Messner, known simply as Ken by his co-workers, meets up with a teacher he saw over the summer, only for her to break his heart by telling him that she's not attracted to him at all, leaving him lonelier than he already was after accepting Kate's request to leave her alone at school. Speaking of Kate, she's now crossing the bridge over to Luke's house, him right by her side, giving them the opportunity to get to know each other better as they discuss her love for Tori Amos. Tori is actually the person who inspired my mom to start watching the show, because she knew that Tori plays a big role in Kate's character development, and she is just as big of a fan of her music as she is, proving that people of any age can enjoy what it has to offer. Luke has a music taste of his own though, and he shares it with Kate by lending her his Oasis album, a scene that reminds me of how I got to be so close with my best friend, who I myself can talk about music non-stop with. They also bond over what it's like to live with one parent, with both Luke's dad and Kate's mom being out of the picture for reasons out of their control. And at the end of the day, while Luke is imagining what it would be like to call her his girlfriend, she's caught looking at a magazine of naked women taken straight out of Luke's garage by her own dad when he barges into her room. Not knowing any better, he assumes that she wants to be one of them, not underneath one of them, which he sees as a good thing because at this point, we all know she is far more interested in girls than guys and not very open about it with other people. Still, it's nice to see a show with LGBT representation where teenagers are the main focus, especially one set in the 90s, because it's an extremely rare sight, but anyone could tell you that lesbians did exist back then too. It's not just a trend, so I have to applaud Netflix for that. If I'm being honest, I couldn't be more satisfied with the progression of this plot, so it only makes sense that I move forward with these videos on my channel. With that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!